Sorry, Mitchell. Did that feel like a bit of a sucker punch there? I mean, you seem to have the game well in the bag and right at the end.
Yeah, it did. But obviously Will Jacks is in great form at the moment. We know how good Rayan is at playing spin. Obviously his batting in the last kind of 2 years he's shown that how good he is. So I think even to come out and strike it from ball one on a tough wicket, as credit to Rayan, that knock was good.
Would you have done anything differently at the end? You've obviously got quite a few bowling options. Looking back, would you have done anything different?
Yeah, I guess the toss-up was whether you bowl seam at some stage. In the first innings, obviously, Brookie in England bowled a lot of seam at the end as well, and I guess it probably wasn't doing as much as it was the other night where we bowled a lot of spin. It was still obviously a challenging wicket, but yeah, you can always look at those things in hindsight. And then even with the bat, we set a pretty good platform at that kind of second time out to set up a 180 versus a 160. So yeah, there's plenty obviously we can look back on.
Are you nervous now about tomorrow, or do you think it's pretty much in the bag?
Pretty nervous, but yeah, I mean it's out of our control. We can't really do much. Just kind of wait and see, and we either get on a plane to India or New Zealand.
It's still defeat has got a sting, particularly in those circumstances, but it's still likely that you'll be in the semi-finals. So, what is the mood like in the camp now?
Yeah, I guess we had it in our control. Would have made things a lot easier if we won tonight. But yeah, I mean, there'll be some nervous watching probably tomorrow just to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, cricket's a funny game at the end of the day, and we did a lot of good stuff throughout this game. And even in the last couple of games. But it's always those little moments at the end, or throughout an innings where you can be a little bit sharper, whether it's execution or in the field. But yeah, I mean, credit to England setting up that chase like they did.
Is there anything you could do? It felt like you were ahead of the game for the vast majority of the game, and then it all turned in the space of a few minutes. Is there anything you could have done to change that, to stop that momentum shift and slow things down?
Yeah, I guess it was obviously a tough wicket to start on. So obviously a lot of spin. You're trying to stop the ones in the ring, and then kind of at that back end, you're happy for ones. So it's as a bowling unit, it's how can you get hit for ones? Obviously the way the boys attacked that kind of last over off spin was they took very good options, and I think on the flip side with us at the death with the bat, we tried to go a bit square, where they looked a lot straighter, and just took good options. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of things you can look back on, especially in a tight game like that with a matter of a few runs or something, whether it's a two, stopping a two, or a catch opportunity or something like
that. This is Zaid Malik. Still in the World Cup, a lot of ifs and buts. What is the problem with the New Zealand team? If you are bowling, last 5 overs we have seen, in the batting as well. Have you discussed in the team as?
Yeah, I guess today I think in the game against Sri Lanka, we lost wickets and clumps through the middle, and we obviously had a good death the last kind of 4 overs. So, and then today it was the opposite. We put ourselves in a good platform, and I guess credit to the England spinners at the end there, made it tough, made us take tougher options than probably what the English batters did for us at the end. So yeah, it's a close one. You could obviously say we should have defended those last 3 overs, or with the bat we could have potentially got a couple more as well. But there's a lot of things that go into an innings with both bat and ball.
Yeah, Nagaraj, you can.
Yeah, Mitch. Look, could you talk about, did you consider bowling yourself the 18th over instead of Glenn, because everyone knew about the matchup, and if you didn't, was there a reason? And the other one is you're never showing your emotions, you're always cool. You're just sitting there for 5-10 minutes, didn't bother calm about it. How do you go about it? And was this one of the tightest games you have been captain in?
Yeah, I guess I think the end that I guess me and Rachin bowled with the short boundary leg side was going to be a tougher option to close out for maybe another spinner or a seamer. So I think it was always going to be that 1 over where Willie J bowled a good over for them, the 19th or 18th from that end. But yeah, I think they had 2 guys set and ready to go. So yeah, it's obviously a tough over to bowl for Glenn, but and then yeah, so I think the way they were able to attack the start of over and then put you right on the back foot. So yeah, I mean they're both. Will Jacks has shown he's an all-time finisher now. I know he hasn't done it for a long time, but he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, Adush, quick.
Yeah, Will Jacks, he said that when Rehan hit those sixes, that it kind of gave him energy. Did that have the opposite effect on you guys? Because you all were obviously well ahead of the game, and then that sort of happens. How does that impact the team, and how do you propose that you can even sort of counter something like that momentum shift?
Yeah, I guess when that stage of the game, you kind of know they're going to come hard, and they have to. They need 40 off 3, but I think the options they took was class. I mean, the first ball, GP bowled a good length and he charged and he wasn't quite there, but great swing of the bat, goes for 6, and then you're kind of thinking is that the option, or should I change, or with the big boundary, it was still trying to get hit to that side. And then, you could probably think about changing the field a little bit, but it's even Jaxie absolutely smoking that one just for 6 over the big side. That's on another day, that could be caught, or, that's the options we want them to take. Obviously, square was, the bigger boundary versus straight. So I think as a bowler, it's, how do you keep getting hit square versus down the ground.